Okay, everybody, I want you to say it out loud with us right now. I can make good choices.
Everybody?
I can make good choices. This is the RIOT Podcast, and we're helping Nikki.
That's a bonus blurb.
Nikki just off air said to me, like, I can't make good choices.
No,
but you know what?
I got
I got
a snack bar I bought, and it was a 3-pack, or not a 3-pack, but it's a box of 3 new styles.
It's a 40-pack.
It's like, well, I wish.
It's from Costco.
That'd make the money a little bit better, but there's like a peanut butter one, which it was really good, but yet afterwards I felt slightly nauseous, so I don't know if it was like too much peanut butter.
If you were nauseous, you'd be making me sick.
No, that's true. Okay, nauseated. And then I just tried the chocolate mint, which at first I was like, oh, it's like one of those frozen cookies because it was cold.
Yum.
Slightly off as well. I don't know if it's
That's weird. What do you mean this protein bar tastes slightly off?
I don't know if it's the high protein count or something. And then there's one other flavor left, which I'm sure is just going to be just to die for.
The protein tastes disgusting. All they're doing is trying to mask that flavor as best they can.
With something, usually chocolate or peanut butter. And I bought a box and it was $20, which is pretty expensive.
Economical.
So I'm going to eat every stupid bar.
Because, Nikki...
Because that's what we have to do today to make good choices.
Say it. I can make good choices.
Make good choices.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes. That is exciting. Like, I'm looking forward to what's coming down the pipe for you. Big time stuff.
Can't wait. I'll bring the last flavor tomorrow and we'll see how it goes. Okay?
It's so funny because all I ever think about is Nikki and I used to work with a friend named Ace. And not that Ace, but the other Ace.
Yeah,
there
we
were
had
2.
Ace a long time ago.
This was a long time ago. And Ace went on the Atkins diet.
Before anybody else, nowadays you're like...
Atkins, keto,
all that stuff.
That-o.
It was way before, and so things were way more expensive, and it was just like new.
Right. So one of the things he would do, like crazy stuff, like he would order a pizza and just eat the top of it.
Or go and like get 10 hamburgers, and he's like, I can eat these, but he would only eat the hamburgers. He was so psyched.
And then one day he comes in like so proud of himself with this box of incredibly, like Nikki's $20 was nothing. This was like a $40, $50 box of
meal replacement bars.
Meal replacement bars. They were chocolate chip, cookie dough, meal replacement bars. And he's like in our face like, dude, you don't even know. This is going to be so good. It's going to be amazing. It's like I go to my desk, sit there, and I hear him. You can hear the sound.
The wrapper.
The wrapper. And then I start to smell it. I mean, I can smell it. I'm around a corner, and I can smell this bar. And pretty soon, I walk over, and there he is with this look on his face, and like a bar with 2 bites out of it just laying on his desk.
Then he had to go back and get hamburgers.
He hated it.
It wasn't
good. Was amazing.
Well, I'm going to see it through.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
You know why? Because you can make good choices.
Making good choices. And you made a good choice by listening to this podcast today.
All right, things you're going to hear about in the podcast. I went to Winter Jam. If you don't know what it is, Google it. But it's a big festival thing, but it's indoors. So I went to an arena, and you're going to hear about my arena bathroom experience. Sounds great, right? Nikki gives you the secret to Valentine's Day. If you don't get anything else out of us except for good choices, and this could be huge.
This could really help you.
We're going to talk about Nikki's addiction that she says she doesn't have, but she does. And you guys, let me tell you what, you'll hear it immediately. The addiction started yelling. No. We weren't 30 seconds in, and it just started like, wah! It was there. I heard it coming out.
All right.
Also, there's a lot of talk about National Cheese Day and what happened with the cheese and donuts.
Now, we're 4 minutes in, guys, and my stomach is hurting a little, so we're going to go.
Wait.
But it's not the protein.
Do you guys want to spend the next little bit just hanging out, see what happens?
No, it just doesn't feel right, okay? So let's go.
Yeah. So
Bye. Have a good day, because we will.
Whee!
Nikki and Obadiah. Obadiah and Nikki.
Love, hate, hate, love.
All right, everyone in, let's go!
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
You know, this weekend I saw something I feel like I've never seen before, and don't worry, I'm going to tell you what it is.
No, just please leave us in suspense the rest of the morning.
I went to a Winter Jam in Columbus, Ohio, and that meant going to the Schottenstein Arena, which is at the Ohio State University. It's their indoor arena, like basketball, all kinds of stuff. And I was there before they opened the doors. So, I mean, there were people there, but like the general public was not there. And the thing that was, I feel like, the craziest, most impressive thing I saw. I mean, like there are 15-something thousand people that are going to come in. I saw stuff. I mean, I saw people, I saw things on Saturday, but I think the most impressive thing I saw was before they opened the doors, I was like, I need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
And I went in and found the most sparkling clean public bathrooms I've ever seen. Ever.
It's before people start using them.
Right, because that's the thing, is that my experience is you go to the Schottenstein's arena or any arena, and it's like, welcome to the gas station bathroom. Like, there are things on the walls, there's stuff on the floors, it's scary in there. You run in, close your eyes, hope for the best, and run out. And no, I walked in and I was like, it even smells nice in here. Look, I can see myself in the mirror. All the lights are working. There's nothing on the floor right now.
It's like when I was at a festival.
No mystery puddles.
And I had just set up and it wasn't open yet. And the row porta potties still had the tape on them.
Yeah.
You would cut the tape on the front. So like no one had used it. And it's like, this is the cleanest thing I've ever seen. And then you're like, oh, well, then everybody's going to ruin it.
Now we see how it works.
Just because of the sheer amount of number of people.
I couldn't believe it. I feel like writing a letter.
I thought you were going to say the donut truck was the most important thing. I see the clean bathrooms was also nice.
I will tell you the second most important thing was the donut truck. But the thing is, up until this point, I've seen a donut truck before.
Sure.
I've never seen a clean stadium bathroom. That was a first. I was just like, I didn't even know they had these. Like, this is a thing.
So in case you see anybody else's review later on of like, it was the worst bathrooms ever, be like, no, it wasn't.
No,
that was you.
Nikki is right. They did have a donut truck out front. And I mean, we can talk about it later, but I did experience something there I'd never experienced before, and that was donut regret. But we can get into that.
That's for another story later on.
Some other time.
One thing at a time.
With virtual reality, the possibilities are endless. It gives us the ability to live out any of our wildest dreams. So maybe we can use it to pretend the riot doesn't exist. The Riot on Radio U.
Take a peek today over at Radio U Riot, our Facebook or our YouTube channel. Our most recent food fight was our treats from South Korea, which we tried on Friday. So that video you can catch and check out some of our other Obadiah plays and our other food fights and our interviews there.
Yeah, I can't believe
I didn't take it home.
That you didn't take the Kit Kats home with you.
Honestly thought you were just going to put on the break room table.
No, these are yours. Like, I can't. If you put these out there, the locusts will eat them.
They'll just descend on them.
Okay.
I don't know. They're green. Everybody here doesn't eat things that are green.
Well, it's a green tea Kit Kat, which I'll tell you is not as good, even though Nikki really likes it. I know.
It's one of my favorite Kit Kat flavors.
I get it. But, like, I don't like it as much. But,
you would eat it if it was there.
Well, it is here, and I am thinking about it.
You can have one.
Well, there's a lot of antioxidant. No, wait. It went from you can put it on the break room table to, I guess, like you can have one.
No, I didn't mean it in that tone. I mean, go ahead and have one.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. You really think it's 195 calories for just this little guy?
Oh, I hope not. Is it? Is it like
right.
2 or 3?
Well, I mean, I can't read that.
Well, we're gonna. I'm curious enough to try to figure out what that is. That can't be that many calories. These are Kit Kats. These are the small ones.
Uh-huh.
Kit Kats in Asia are not the same size as ours. They're always very, very tiny. It's like half of our Kit Kat, and they package it up like a whole one.
Maybe that means like wait, what's a kilocalorie? It's a small kilocalorie is equal to one large food calorie?
I don't know. We can't figure that one out.
Convert 195 kilocalories to calories. They're the same. It's 195. I don't know. It
must be more than one.
There must be. So
is that making you shy away from it? You don't want that many for that little?
Well, I mean, 200 calories, and I'm getting that's like a Snickers bar. Can of Mountain Dew. Like, if we're going to go in.
We might as well go in with more than that.
Forget about green tea. I want to see some nougat in here. I want to see some nuts and some caramel.
Well, we'll put on the break room table if any staff would like to have the rest.
Don't do that, Nikki.
Why?
Because it'll just, like I said, the locusts, they'll just come through. You don't know what will happen. The bag will be in tatters all over the floor.
That's not true. I mean, we still have a bucket, literally like a big giant bowl of Halloween/Christmas candy that's
crappy
not going
candy.
anywhere anytime soon.
It's the crappy candy. It's because everybody knows they have those little round, like rabbit dropping things, and then like weird, like cranberry chocolate, and
not the good Starburst chewy things.
White
like
candy corn. We all know it's no good.
Well, then why don't we just throw it away?
Because you don't throw food away.
Yeah.
Don't waste it.
No one wants it.
People are eating it.
Most of that's from October. No one wants it.
Here, I'll tell you something.
Someone has to throw it away in secret, and then everybody's glad that someone else did it.
I often work in the break room here. I will take my laptop. There's a huge window there, so I'll go sit by the window, whatever. I want you to know that every day, you'd be amazed what you learn about people when you work in the break room, because we have break room creepers. They come in and
just to see what's there.
They'll rifle through the candy and through the stuff, and they'll say, I shouldn't eat this, eating. So people are eating that crappy candy.
Just slowly.
It's slowly, but it's happening. I've seen it myself, and they always talk about how they shouldn't, but then they have like 2 or 3 of those rabbit dropping chocolate round thing. And then they're like, I gotta go.
All right, well, keep an eye on it more, because if one of us has to just make it disappear, we should.
But we are making it disappear slowly
No,
but
not
surely.
because someone's eating it, but like it's just gone one day.
A moment on the lips, forever on the hips.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the Radio U app.
Have you started thinking about Valentine's Day yet? It's probably time. I mean, granted, you've got 3 weeks or slightly more.
It will go by quickly.
I think it's 3 weeks from Monday, or no, excuse me, Wednesday, that Valentine's Day is happening, because it's in the middle of the week. So you've got time. And I want you to know that if you live where you can find a White Castle, they have opened up their reservations.
I don't think that lasts long, does it?
No, they go very quickly.
That's where you basically have your fancy Valentine's Day dinner at a place where you wouldn't think you would have one. Mm-hmm. And White Castle does that too.
I am told that Valentine's Day at White Castle is often very nice.
It's quite the dinner.
I mean, of course, at the end of the day,
not
you're
for
eating
him, because
White Castle.
he does not like the onions. So.
But you can buy White Castle breakfast all day. So I could go and do a breakfast for dinner kind of thing.
And they have a freestyle.
They do have Coke Freestyle, which would enable me to mix up like
drink for days.
I could, bend the rules and have myself a
clear
Sprite.
soda. Yeah, that'd be
something
fine.
without the caffeine in it. That would be great.
If not, you figure out that, especially if you have like a place that you like to go to, like you don't have to go spend all the money and go to such a fancy spot. No, you don't need to.
You just go get yourself a nice.
And I always say this every Valentine's. It doesn't have to be roses. The markup is so disgusting at this time. You could go balloons. You could go another flower. You could do something.
Be careful with carnations. Did you know that in Korea, carnations are what you use for funerals?
Yes. And it's like, hey, want to be a friend? So
a carnation?
It's a friendly flower, and
that's a white carnation. You send a red carnation, and it's like, oh,
even a red carnation.
He must love me.
He sent me this. No, maybe not that route.
No, okay. Well, so what? All right, then here's a good question. Let's say that you're in a quasi-platonic, quasi-romantic relationship. What's a good non-committal Valentine's Day flower?
Like how cactus are still really in, like in those bowls.
Yeah.
I would love that. Something like that. Something practical.
All right.
But still really unique.
All right.
Put a little something, or an orchid.
An orchid.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Flowers from Nikki. Things that you could be doing for Valentine's Day. I just say go with candy. Or I like the balloons idea. Balloons feel like you could go any way with that.
I love that.
So,
especially when it's like so much you can't even get it in your car, but everybody sees it. It's like with the big bouquet of flowers, but you didn't have to spend $100 on them.
You've got all these balloons.
Yeah, you're like, look at me.
Actually, you know what? I think that every guy in this audience should listen very closely to what Nikki just said, because the most important thing that you said, that you said is the phrase, but everybody sees it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's actually it. It doesn't matter what you're doing, but if you can make this display in front of a large group of people so that your girl feels like it's a big to-do, oh, you just won. because every person that sees it, that's one more point. Because what you want is everybody to go, I wish my boyfriend did that.
Look at all the balloons.
Look at all those balloons.
Do you see that? Yeah.
And then you'll have that one girl that's like, I hate balloons anyway. But she is so jealous right now. Oh, my gosh.
And then that's even better.
Even better.
Oh, who's glad Valentine's Day's coming up? Okay, everybody.
Because it's all about being better than other people, right?
It's the season for that holiday.
The Riot believes in truth, justice, the American way, and high-speed internet. No, faster. Radio U.
There it is. Still got to learn the pace.
That was just a lot of claps to cover. You wait for it.
No, that was right on time. Does it clap again? Here it is.
There it was.
There it is.
You know, we're going to get this down. It's going to be fine.
I promise after the show, we're going to keep playing this and practice and practice and practice.
And over again. You know what? Music's all counting. We just got to memorize the numbers.
Just got to learn it.
Got to memorize the numbers.
We'll come back tomorrow better than ever.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to happen anyway. The Riot's on an absolute uphill climb. Better every day than the day before.
Oh, if we had a billboard, that'd be perfect.
You mean us on a mountain? And we're dressed up like that guy that's like the yodeling guy on Price is Right?
And then one of us falls off.
Well, you're
and
the
then
one
it
that's
goes
falling
back
off.
around. I was feeling more like it'd be our faces than underneath. Better than ever. Like, it's our new us.
Better than ever.
Sure.
Better than yesterday.
Well, we'll just practice on the clapping part.
Better than the day before.
Better not to commit to too much.
That's our slogan. Better not to commit to too much.
You'd just be disappointing us, and we'd be disappointing you.
The picture of us. We promise to disappoint you. Perfect. That's great.
Why are we in advertising?
I don't
know. A little
honesty
in advertising would go a long way.
I did talk to somebody about something over the week. And they're like, yeah, we're going to get focused and get some billboards out there and stuff like that. And I just thought, yeah, me too. I'm going to put...
Oh, yeah. Promise. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then I started thinking, okay, if Radio U wanted to buy billboards and put our face on them, I feel like I would really... need some work before you can just put me on a billboard.
They can fix all that in post.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
They can fix everything about you, and me. But I don't want to lose our, in radio, we're a mystery.
What?
You just don't know what we look like unless you follow us.
Okay, what band was that where they just hired actors to be them in the music video?
Oh,
Which
I know
band
what
was
you're
that?
talking about. It's an older video.
Okay, but whoever that was, that's what we should do.
Yes.
We're going to do billboards, but let's just pick doppelgangers. And I want a picture, I want to get somebody. I want somebody that looks like Chris Pratt. I might even get Chris Pratt.
That'd be good.
Chris Pratt and Nikki, you can pick your person.
But I don't feel like we have to make it seem like that's us. I feel like we could be tying it into you guys, the listeners, like we're you. And so we could feature all listeners, just everybody.
Right, but they're not going to know.
They'll still think that's us?
Yeah, it's just this person listen. Well, I'm just saying, because since they don't know what we look like, they won't know.
I don't know. I don't think we're getting billboarded anyway, so I think we're fine.
I know, but it got me thinking about if I had a chance to put my face on a billboard, I would be like, okay, I need to lose 100 pounds. And
you don't need to lose 100 pounds.
Well, but the billboard adds 50, so it'll be like I only lost 50.
No, it's because it's just so big.
I know.
Maybe that makes you look small by way of perception.
I will tell you, camera angle does a lot.
Yeah,
if the camera's down and you're shooting up, you're already doing it wrong.
If we shoot down for our billboard picture.
But I don't want people looking down my shirt. So I'll need a high neck.
I'm just shaking my head.
Kind of what?
Yeah, no.
These are concerns I have.
That's right. Well, you want people to value you for you and not your body.
Here's what I love. Nikki and I this morning, if you wanted a billboard, we're both wearing black sweatshirts. Nikki has an Adidas one. I've got a Radio U one.
Jeans and Vans.
And black
that's
sweatshirts.
It. That's all we've got.
That's pretty much it. So.
Well, I think that would look good.
Billboard that. Well, all right.
Oh.
So
these are just ideas. You let us know what you think.
Hey, this is just
Would it be weird if you
workshopping.
saw us on billboards around the city and it was like we're always there looking at you? Or would you like it?
Oh, people would love it. They would see us and be like, I'm better than those people, so I feel comfortable listening. Sure. It's great.
Way to build up our self-confidence and our self-value today.
Well, it's...
You go on the photo shoot, you're like, maybe you don't have to change too much about me. It's like, unless you don't like it.
I'd be in there just like, well, you're pretty good looking. Come here.
You stand in for me.
You're me. And by the way, we're going to do a whole lot of photos because I'm going to need a couple years worth because I'm going to be, using them on Instagram and stuff.
Oh, well.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? Radio U.
So here's what I wanted to talk about. I have for the last few years, there's an author. I love this guy. His name's Lou Schuler. He works with another guy named Alwyn Cosgrove, and they make, they write these workout books.
Yeah, the lifting ones?
Yeah, new rules for lifting, new rules for this.
Very nice guy.
Great guy, great writer. He's worked with Men's Health, and he's done some other books, and I just have gotten a lot out of their books. And again, I'm not ripped, whatever, but it's a lot of functional fitness. It's really good stuff, and I've done it. Yeah. And I have enjoyed it, but I've kind of gotten to the point where I was like, well, I want to try something different. And so in the middle of all this, I also picked up a book on personal finance because I need a refresher. And so here I am 3 weeks into the new year. I'm not making any resolutions,
sure,
but I'm trying to learn. So I got a new book on lifting and a new book on finance. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to get into these things. And I will tell you that I don't know about other books, but these two books are basically the same book because the first chapter in each book is okay, up until now, you've been taken advantage of by the system. All of these workout books are a lie, and the muscles that you see come from steroids, and it's not real.
And then, on the money side, people are just living in debt, but you see everybody spending all this money.
No, and that's the the finance book is every book about finance you've read up till now is a lie. It's part of the system, and blah, blah, blah. I'm the only one that's going to tell you the truth about the way it works. I'm like, guys, come on. I cannot have just magically stumbled across the only two books that are telling the truth. All the other books out there are a lie, and I have found the two books that are finally going to tell me the truth.
Well, congratulations, you landed on both those.
They're trying to get me pumped up, I guess, as I'm reading the book. You're going to get so excited about how we're going to tell you the same thing everyone else is telling you, but packaging it a little bit different.
Well, I feel like they want the people to feel like they made the right choice and that they made a good choice, and so then that's the first positive step. They did one good thing.
It annoyed me. I read them both, and I was like, oh, gosh.
Are they the same publisher?
No, they're not.
That might be their style.
I'm just reading. I'm like, would you just stop? Just stop it. You could come out and say, we believe that we have created a pretty good system that if you follow it, you will be successful. However, we know 95% of you won't make it to the end of this chapter. Now, that's an opening sentence that'll really grab you.
That's one you could have gone with.
But instead, they're like, congratulations, you found the only truth. This is the only way to get in shape or save money.
And that, or maybe they expected you to skip that chapter and go with the next one.
Oh, my gosh. I'm like, okay, guys, come on. But, well, if you want to know the truth, I got so frustrated with the weightlifting one. I was like, all right, I'll get back to you tomorrow.
So it's not the perfect one.
I can't take any more of this self-congratulatory writing. Maybe your system's good, but your opening chapter, I don't like it. So it's fine, though. It's fine. I'm sure I'll go back to it and I'm going to learn a lot.
I'm sure it's perfect choices.
I'm going to learn a lot. No big deal. So, hey, guys, you're listening to all those other shows. They're a scam. All right? You're listening to the only show that's doing whatever better than everyone else.
Made the right choice.
Yes. Congratulate yourself.
The only choice.
This is the one.
You're listening to the worst of the Riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
You're addicted to your phone. They say that if you're a quote-unquote adult, you're looking at your phone 33 times per day. They say if you're under the age of 21, you're looking at your phone 90 times per day. And I got to tell you, both of those feel low to me.
I was going to say that is being generous in the low area.
That feels on the low end for this
fair.
guy.
I don't like.
Here comes the whining. Did you guys just hear that? That's not fair.
what I mean is when someone says, oh, you looked at your phone 33 times a day or something, and they classify that as you're getting into addictive levels.
What are you going to say? I was looking at my smartwatch.
No. When a lot of your job revolves around looking at your email or your text messages and stuff. So they can't count. They don't feel like it's right for them to put a number when you're just doing your job or you're just, communicating with people. Does that work?
It sounds like...
Is that not as good?
When I hear this, it sounds way more like you have a problem.
No, it doesn't. But
if
I checked my...
It's my job!
If I checked my email 15 times throughout an entire day on my phone, compared to I don't check it on my desktop as much.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Nikki checks her email 15 times per 15 minutes.
I don't.
15 times a quarter hour. Nikki's responding to emails I haven't even read yet.
I have a quick respond time. I would win for Facebook gives a respond time thing for our pages. And personally, though, I'm much faster.
And Nikki and I, we're complete opposites because I'm like, I'll get to it next week. And it's Monday. I'm like, next week I'll respond to your email. And Nikki's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had sent it. I already responded. It's done. I already got it. I got the paperwork. It's all signed. Everything's done.
I don't like to have emails in my inbox.
Man, I got hundreds. Hundreds.
That drives me crazy. Like by the end of Friday, they all have to be done and taken care of. And then I get so mad when I'm leaving on a Friday and someone emails me something big.
What time do you normally leave on Friday? Because I'm saving my business till then.
I don't want to have it just sitting there all weekend so I can then know it's coming Monday.
Sounds like you got more than one problem, not just a phone addiction.
Oh, I don't. Do I?
Do you?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay. Well,
I'm just a hard worker.
If you're somebody that said, in 2018, I'm going to be less addicted to my phone, here's a couple things you need to do. First off, Nikki, you got to come to terms and admit that you're addicted to your phone, which is something you can't do. So I'm going to do it for you. I'm Nikki, and I'm addicted to my phone. I'm helping, okay? You know what they say? You have to buy an alarm clock. You have to get your phone away from the side of your bed.
I guess that could work.
Your phone has to go live somewhere else and not by the side of your bed. And you have to go on a fast with a PH. That means that you've got to spend time, and they say it's up to you how you want to do it, but there's a time each day, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever, where your phone is off.
That's my sleeping time.
Nope. It's got to be conscious time where you refuse access to your phone. And then they also say you have to create no phone zones. So there are places in your house or life where you have no phone.
No phone. Don't listen, phony. Don't you listen to that bad man over there.
He's like, I don't have my phone. It's in the other room, so this is a no phone zone, but hang on, got to check my watch.
That's not right. It's different.
Got to look over here.
If that helps anybody.
I didn't come up with this to point the finger at you, but I feel like I didn't even get started, and you were like, this is me!
No,
but it's not me.
It's not, but I don't think that's realistic. Everybody looks at their phone more than 30-something times a day. Everybody. Even you and Turbo over there.
You're like,
more than 30 times a day.
Everybody shoots up heroin. Everybody does it. We're all on meth and cocaine. Everybody does it. We've all got a pill addiction.
We're apparently done talking about
this. It's perfectly healthy. While I'm looking at my phone.
Ever wonder what Nikki is doing when she isn't rioting?
Find her Twitter feed at riot.radiou.com.
Obadiah is there too, but who cares what he's doing?
I want to say what's up to Jenna. She wished us a happy National Cheese Lovers Day on Twitter this weekend, which it was Saturday.
Yeah.
Here's what she said. Me and my mom stopped and got a pretzel with cheese in Target, and I laughed and remembered your story about movie theater botulism cheese.
Oh, someone got sick by the cheese.
Ha, the cheese was in a separate container. We both laughed. And apparently Jenna is still alive enough to send that tweet.
Still fine.
So it was National Cheese Lovers Day, and I will tell you, Nikki, I was set up in the Schottenstein's arena and around all this arena food, and we were right next to this place that was selling these huge pretzels and these big things of cheese dipping sauce. And I had to remind myself over and over and over again that the last time I got cheese like that, I almost didn't make it into work the next day. I was so sick.
Yeah, but do you think that was your one brush with it and then you should be fine? the chances of you getting bad cheese again, which I don't think I've ever said to you, are probably very small.
Nikki, all right. I made a promise to God that if I lived that night,
You never eat it again.
I was like, oh, Jesus, get me out of this.
I swear
Help
to
me,
you,
Lord.
God,
Help
I will
me.
never have cheese again.
I will never do this again. And
Were
I
you
didn't even think-
specific, though? Were you saying cheeses across the board, or were you saying pretzel cheese stuff?
Well, I was thinking pretzel cheese from that theater, but I mean, the thing I kept thinking
You
too
just say
is,
anything.
I kept thinking, I'm like, when this event's over, I've got to tear down, I've got to lift it all, I got to get it out in the car.
I can't get sick.
Like, I don't want to be throwing up in the back of the Radio U vehicle like, oh, that's the cheese.
But that's a great story. If
It
that
is a great
happened,
story.
I mean, the people at the event would have loved it, like, been concerned, but
Sure.
still, like, got a big kick out of it. Obi had bad cheese from a movie theater.
Yes, I did.
The type where they keep it in, like, the cauldron the entire day.
And just always dumping in.
And then
more
I don't think
more.
they ever dump it out. It just keeps layering and layering each day, and he
Yeah.
got sick.
Oh, you don't even know. You don't even know how bad it can be.
Well, then that's a smart choice. You can get a pretzel without cheese. Why not? It's not the pretzel's fault.
No, well, first off, it was National Cheese Lovers Day, so I felt like it was like for me to get a pretzel and say no to the cheese was to me to not be American because it's national.
That's a Hallmark holiday.
Maybe, but you know what, Nikki, you got to
Friday
stay.
was popcorn day, I think.
I didn't have any popcorn on Friday.
We have to get one of those silly calendars or like a pop-up. I closed out my U.S. holiday calendar on my app, but maybe we need it.
Need to bring it back.
Tell you all the, like hamburger day or cheesecake day or food day.
Do we have any of that cheese popcorn left in there? We could do them both in one thing in the break room.
I think we do.
We should so pop.
We can make some
right
cheese
now.
popcorn.
Just eat some cheese popcorn. Wouldn't you guys love to hear us eating? That'd be great. But we'll just keep
And the
doing
hands
the
go
show.
up everywhere. Put it back on the wheel, guys.
No, but I would have loved to heard you throw up on Saturday.
We don't want you sick. That's what we don't want.
I had to say no to it, but man, I wanted it so badly. And people kept going by, and I kept looking at their pretzels in an awkward way. Like, man, you have a really nice pretzel.
Okay, that we don't do on behalf of Radio U.
Nice pretzel. Would you dip it in the cheese for me?
Like, what does that mean? It's like, oh, I'm holding a pretzel.
You're holding a pretzel.
I really want the pretzel.
I really want that pretzel. What if it wasn't the cheese? What if the pretzel made me sick?
No, I think you have a greater chance of the bacteria being in the cheese.
The cheese looks real. I mean, it looked like a witch's brew in there. They're just dumping it out on everybody. And I was like, hey.
They're doing a... It's terrible. Like, if you see the concessions, people have hats, like pointy hats on.
They're putting like
And stuff.
spiders and rats in it.
And,
Like,
and warts and all that stuff. And you hear crackling. You're like, oh, I'm not getting that cheese.
and I'm not going over there for cheese. Just forget about it.
All the while, it's just some new person probably who made a mistake with the cheese.
Okay, look, my bad. I sneezed in it, okay?
And then that got you deathly sick.
I know. You hate the Riot. Why are they on the radio?
Stupid. Yeah.
Honestly, we can't trust them with anything else. It's the Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, I am vindicated.
Bye.
Charles.
Yeah.
Charles says, good call on not getting the pretzel and cheese on Saturday at Winter Jam. I ended up sick that night. Hashtag no fun.
Do you think that was from the cheese? You can't call that, though. You're around like a billion people. Everybody's sick nowadays. It's probably something along those lines.
No. This was I feel like Charles experienced a fast-acting cheese.
You can pinpoint it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like happened. So, Charles, thank you so much for
Sorry
making
to
me
hear
feel
about
better.
that.
You know, the other thing I had while we're just talking about food, like that's all we ever do, they had a donut food truck.
Yeah.
A donut food truck. And they sold all kinds of food. Like you get a donut burger. A burger was made of a donut. What kind of a world do we live in? Wow.
You mean the buns?
Yeah, whatever. But the important thing was I was able to get one of my favorite donuts, which is a glazed donut with a chocolate icing on top and a huge hunk of peanut butter in the middle. Now, I had a plan. And, Nikki, see if this sounds familiar of all the other times you've watched me eat donuts. I was like, I'm only buying one donut. And then I was like, okay, I'll take 3.
Well,
Now,
I will step up for you, though, because a lot of times if you don't have cash and you got to use a credit card, you want to make it worth the transaction.
okay. One of the donuts I bought was for the guy that was helping me.
Yeah.
He was so nice to me. He worked for the arena, and I was like, hey, let me buy you a donut. I'm getting you a donut. So I did.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to say 2. So like one for me and Brooks, and then all of a sudden I said 3. And it just like came out.
It threw up out of your
And
mouth.
I was like, well, who's the third donut for? Who's that? I don't know who that's for.
God.
Yeah. So we took the donut, me and God, back into the thing. And I was like, well, here's the plan. We're going to eat one donut. And then the second donut it's a long day.
Later?
It's a long day. Obviously, it's going to be for later. And so I ate that donut and I kept the other one in the bag. And then I put the bag in the other chair. And then I was typing on my laptop and I'm typing. And pretty soon I was looking at that donut and I'm typing. And then pretty soon and I was like, well, you know what? I am really hungry.
And you want it fresh.
It's going to taste better now than any other time during the day. And man, I ate the second donut.
You want me to tell you the truth?
All of it.
Here's the thing.
What?
I don't think eating 2 donuts by yourself, like back to back, is the worst.
It's not the worst.
If you would have said a higher number, well, then we could talk about it. But
Okay.
I feel like 2 donuts is still within the, like, I'm not going to pass out from too much sugar. Like, you're still in the...
And you know what?
And you have peanut butter, and that's
protein.
That's a protein. That's a
protein.
lasting
You
power
need that.
with it. So
Yep.
I think you're fine.
And just for the record, I had donuts and didn't get sick. And I've got a long track record of eating donuts and not getting sick. Now, cheese.
That's where you need to
That
worry.
liquid cheese that they're pumping out of that thing and handing out. Man, I'm not saying I don't want it, but I get scared of it. I just get scared of it. And, again, thanks, Charles, for letting me know I made the right choice. Should have gone out for a third donut. That's what I should have done.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the Radio U network through the Radio U app or at riot.radiou.com.
Kiss her. All right, we're done.